Good morning. Welcome to the Season for Nonviolence. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader at the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. And today is February 17th, day 19. The Gandhi King Season for Nonviolence commenced on January 30th, and it is the 64 calendar days between the anniversary of the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi and that of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. So it goes from January 30th to April 4th. And the Gandhi King Season for Nonviolence was co-founded in 1998 by Mahatma Gandhi's grandson, Dr. Arun Gandhi, and the Association for Global New Thought. Now, the objective is to create an awareness of nonviolent principles and practices that are powerful ways to heal, transform, and empower our lives and our communities. The daily practices are designed to educate and inspire us and the organizations that we work and live within to actively seek out nonviolent means by which to empower ourselves, one another, and to coexist in peace and prosper together in community. And so as I do each day, there is a thought for the day, some reading and discussion about that, and then a call to action. So our thought for today, February 17th, day 19, is acceptance. And there's a quote from Louise Hay: "Resentment, fear, criticism, and guilt cause more problems than anything else." She goes on that by choosing to not judge ourselves and see ourselves as unique, loving, capable, and bright, and by accepting ourselves just as we are, we model nonviolence. That any time we can take down the walls of our defensiveness and open ourselves up, we are living nonviolently. There's another quote to consider from Henry Miller. Quote, "Life has no discipline to impose. If we would but realize it, than to accept life unquestionably. Everything we shut our eyes to, everything we run away from, everything we deny, denigrate, or despise, serves to defeat us in the end. What seems nasty, painful, evil can become a source of beauty, joy, and strength, if faced with an open mind. Every moment is a golden one for him who has the vision to recognize it as such." And I would change that to them who have the vision to recognize it as such. And so today, our call to action is very simply, as I reflect on what is difficult for me to accept in myself, in other people, and in the state of the world, I'll let go of any resistance or judgment and allow myself to accept and acknowledge whatever I have been resisting. That's a tall order. Especially, here we are in 2024, headed headlong into another election cycle here in the United States. And I want to recognize that that's a American-centric comment because it's not happening everywhere. And are we willing to reflect on what is difficult for us to accept in ourselves, in other people, in politicians, in government, in the state of our world? Because it's not just local politics that are challenging, it's world view politics. Are we willing to let go of our resistance and judgments? Are we really willing to accept and acknowledge whatever we've been resisting, so that we can flip the paradigm? So that, as Henry Miller says, so that we can make what seems nasty, painful, and evil beautiful, joyful, and strong, simply by opening our minds to a different perspective of it. So I invite you to kind of play with that today. What might that look like for you? For you. And I encourage you to just be with you around that. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Flip your paradigm. See what happens for you. When we get ourselves, our human selves, in alignment with our spiritual self, it helps the whole. So there's that for the day. I want to offer that one more time. I reflect on what is difficult for me to accept in myself, in people, and in the state of the world. I'll let go of any resistance or judgment and allow myself to accept and acknowledge whatever I have been resisting. Go be peace.